Hey, it's Glines, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate a little function I wrote for clearing various things in Excel. And so in my Excel file here I have a bunch of hyperlinks. I've also added some red color formatting here, some bold here, which is a little tough to see. That's a little better. Alright, hyperlinks. I have a couple notes. They're hidden here. And then there's other things you could do, but this will give you a general idea of how it works. And of course, when you anything in AutoHotkey, you got to first connect to the Excel object. So this is my function, which I'll list in the script, but it's down below. So I'm putting a handle to the Excel function, Excel file here. I'm storing it here, and then I call my Excel clear function, and I'm passing the handle to it to say I want it to apply to this the current active file. And I'm going to look at a certain range. So let's start off, and actually let's change this to A1 to let's do 3 just for fun. And here are my different parameters I can pass to my function. And basically, also I put these in a ternary. This also could have been written if I had done it this way. I could have done it as multi-line if. So if all equals 1, and then I would have put in this part of it. So this one line here is the equivalent of these two lines. If this does and this, and basically with AutoHotkey, if it's on the next line, you don't have to put in parens to wrap it. It knows only look at the next line. And so I just like having it all on one line, and I don't have to worry about it. And so if ternaries are new to you, I have a video on that. They're cool, and this is a very simple one where I'm just basically doing a binary. If it's this, only do that. And again, I like it on one line. I can easily scan this, and it's all the same. So if all, let's go ahead and do all. Oops, this is my function here. I want to define it here. The defaults are set to be 0 for all of them, and then basically any of these you go through and set them as a 1. And it will wipe it, it will apply it. So I'm going to save this, reload it. Oh, sorry, I need to do a 1 here. So save, reload. Now the first 3 cells are going to be affected. All, of course, is going to get rid of everything. Oh, I need to launch it. Haha. Get rid of my toolbar. Alright, so I run it, and there, it got rid of literally everything in here. The data, the formatting, hyperlinks, everything, right? Generally that's, well, you know, if you're trying to clear something out, that is a great, easy way to do that. And then here, let's go to the next one. 4, we'll do 4 and 5. So I'm going to change that, because otherwise it would apply that to the next one as well. And I am going to, let's get rid of the hyperlinks. And so one thing I hate in Excel is when I'm in here, and I want to click in this cell, it's hard to, even over here, I can't click it because it'll open up the hyperlink. So often if you have data that are hyperlinks, sometimes you just want to clear it out. And so I'm going to save this, reload, and launch. And now, notice on these, oh, silly me. Alright, here we go. Now I'm going to mouse over here. When I run it, so notice now it still has the format, right? It still has that underscore, underline. In that sense, in the color coding, but it did remove the hyperlink. So these are hyperlinked. Actually, that was a note, but here's the hyperlink. That's interesting. But still, hyperlink, no hyperlink. And let's say I wanted to go ahead and on that same one, I want to go ahead and clear out the formatting as well. So I can have both of these. And if there was a hyperlink here, let's add one back in here. Control K. Okay, I don't care what it is. So now that one has a hyperlink and formatting. And I'm going to go here, save it, reload it, and launch it. And so notice it stripped out both the hyperlinks and the formatting. Let's see. We could just do content and leave the formatting. And so let's say this was bold and red, yellow background. That is ugly as all get out. But I'm going to change this to a 0. I want to leave the formatting. I want to get rid of the data. So I want to get rid of the content, but not the format. And so I'm going to save this and reload it. And notice even when I type in here, it's still red, it's still bold, that's yellow. So sometimes you want to borrow the formatting there, but you just need to clear out the values. That's a good one for that. Let's go ahead and get rid of the comments. So let me make that 0 again, and we're going to go back here to comments. And so it looks like A7 now is the only one that has, so I'll just need to, I'm going to expand this. It doesn't hurt, it'll take a slight longer to do. We won't notice it, but I'm having a larger range here. And I'm going to save this, reload it, and when I do that, oh, what did I do? I'm sorry, I'm looking here. A1, A4 to A8. Comments, yes. So I took a second there to stop and see what my error was, and it was a silly error. First, let me go ahead and run this, and we'll see it strip out. And now, actually, I reverted back to my original file where I had comments up here and down here. Oh, and actually, so it wouldn't have got that first one. So I'm going to say A1 to A8. So it's going to go all of those, and I'm just removing the comments, clearing the comments. And so bam, there it goes. So the error I had was because in Excel, if you were in here, that's going to open a hyperlink. This is why I hate hyperlinks in Excel. Even if I'm not on it, right, it treats the whole cell as a hyperlink. But let's say I was, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just use my function here. Get rid of all the hyperlinks. Okay, so even though it looks like a hyperlink, it's not. But what happened was I was in here in the cell at that time when I was demonstrating it, and now see how my cursor's still in here? When I run my function, it says call was rejected by callee, which is to me a terrible name for all this, but basically you can't be inside of a cell, an active cell, when you're trying to run your function. Generally it doesn't when you're actually running your code, right, rarely am I inside it when I'm running my function. It just, when I'm testing stuff, I will be in there and editing and seeing how it works, and so that's what happened. All right, so there are some other lines. There's clear outline, and clear outline and notes. Now I'm sure it's somewhere. I found there's a support. Both this and this one are support pages I found on Microsoft that got me these items, and so I'm sure those are things. I just don't use notes or outline. Outline I gotta think probably has to do with the hierarchy if you have a long page and like a table of contents kind of thing. But the notes, how that's different than comments, I don't know. I've never inserted notes. I don't know what those are, but I'm sure someone does. All right, thank you.